much money you lost in the contest, but I also want to understand how the investment and this ambassadorship happened. At the time that it happened, you did disclose it, but I want to understand how you went from calling crypto garbage at one point, as you know, to deciding that this was something that you were going to stand behind.
Yes.
It's called making a lot of money and getting roped in. And this is not just SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, or Kevin O'Leary. This is a lot of big celebrities, a lot of big names, a lot of people of power, Democratic Party, the biggest single recipient of all this money, which is user funds that were stolen from you. So if you're an FTX investor, if you put your money on the exchange, they were taking your money and giving it to the Democratic Party, whether you wanted them that or not, and doing many other things that were illegal. So, you know, this is special interest. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I can't be bought with. Special interest. There's a dirty, dark secret about what's going on YouTube right now. And a lot of your favorite social media influencers are being paid tens of thousands of dollars. I'm just firsthand experience of what I've been offered. It's startling of what I could be making right now. I believe, though, I've making a bet on myself. I've taken a stand and I've taken a bet on myself, like I've said. I believe in the end that I'm going to be the most trustworthy name for XRP, not only on the charts, but you're going to get your news here and you're going to know what I'm saying is truth. I had to debunk what everybody was saying on social media and on YouTube yesterday and today about the settlement on December 15th. How can I debunk it? Because I can show you the facts about what's happening in the court case and the dates that still haven't been met yet. So there's a lot of things that are not exactly what meets the eye. So I've been trying to be bought and paid off for now for quite some time. And the biggest culprit is Bybit, if you want to be real. They're the worst. Anybody promoting it, I know, has ulterior motives just because of what I've been offered personally. And it's in excess of 5 times what I'm making monthly on YouTube right now. So there is definitely evil at work here. But we'll get into that more after we watch this and get into the update.
I recall that conversation, calling it garbage, right here on this show in 2017. That was a time when a New York hotel was being tokenized here, and I was looking at that, and the regulator let me know they were not happy with that idea. And that's when I stepped away from this, because clearly the regulatory environment was not prepared. Then facts changed. I saw the Canadians issue the first ETF with Bitcoin is underlying, Ethereum, then Switzerland opened up, then Australia opened up. And then I said, wait a second, world's changing, I've got to be an investor. And that started my journey. I'm an investor in the largest regulated exchange in Canada, called WonderFi. The wallets are called BitBuy. We're regulated by the OSC. I have my accounts up there. Right. But I felt that getting involved when I was approached with Sam Bankman-Fried, that I could get an inside seat on what was considered then. And I gotta tell you, the institutional interest in FTX on the U.S. equity was unbelievable. The amount of people that approached me saying, how do I get a piece of this deal? And I said at that time, I am a paid spokesperson. I cannot bring you in as an LP. Not a single dollar that I lost is anybody else's money except mine. That's important for me because that's an issue.
How much were you paid?
Total deal was just under $15 million, all in, including a bunch of agents that I had to pay because I needed SAG-AFTRA release to be able to do commercials for it, and when I did that. I put about $9.7 million into crypto. I think that's what I've lost. It's all at zero. I don't know because my account got scraped a couple of weeks ago. All the data, all the coins, everything. So then I lost the money I invested in the equity as well. Those are zeros too. It was not a good investment, Andrew, okay? I don't make great investments all the time. Luckily, I make more good ones than bad ones.
Good evening, 7:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, December 11th, 2022. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So what's the thing you heard from Kevin O'Leary just now? I lost $9.6 million plus $1 million in equities, which means $10.6 million. He said he was paid $15 million. So once again, in the greatest transfer of wealth that we know of, institutional fraud, where the average Joe, the retail investor like you and I would be bankrupted, Kevin O'Leary's sob story is, wah, I lost $10.6 million. Go fuck yourself, Mr. O'Leary, you piece of shit. Because what that means is he perpetrated his bullshit on you. But what did he net? $4.4 million he's positive. He said it. They paid me $15 million. I invested and lost about $9.6 million and $1 million in equities. Which means as he helped bankrupt a whole division of society, he actually netted $4.4 million. So before you feel sorry for someone who feels like they're part of the Ponzi scheme or they got suckered in, make no mistake about it, they didn't get suckered in worth a dick. He profited $4.4 million, and he did exactly what big radio, big media, big TV, the big market manipulators, the big guys wanted him to do. Exactly what he was supposed to do. He bent the entire audience that watches him, that has faith in him, and he led them astray. He did exactly what the rest of social media did. What the rest of the social media influencers, I warn you every single day of on YouTube. He took the easy money. He took $15 million, and in the end, he had to give back 10.6 to make it look good. Whoop-de-doo. The guy made $4.4 million clear. So, cry me a fucking river, but I don't feel sorry for him one fucking bit, because you know what? He helped perpetuate this bullshit. Then you figure that their biggest single entity that they sent money to of stolen funds from their users was to the Democratic Party, and you wonder why nothing is getting done. I wrote this to my audience of Tom's Army. It's a game of manipulation and they're all in on it. Why at the same time mainstream with the likes of Jim Cramer saying it's going to zero our headlines every day. Like a few weeks ago on Fox Business, they said a settlement was happening and the day nothing happened. They either mindfuck you out of wanting any part of it or bankrupt you on the way. And this is in relation to XRP. Either way, you won't be able to buy main intent. That's why they try to pay all social media influencers, why they all say the exact same things. They read from a script. They have to stay within parameters. I know I get sent the same offers. I reject them. But let me just say the dollars are 4 to 5 times what I earn now. Just so you understand the evil at play. But I bet on myself because I believe in the not so distant future, I'll be the only one anyone goes to for not just the XRP charts, but the facts. While being on my own central. And while doing this at the same time, I've been teaching you guys how to run your own central bank. And this is what you need to understand. If you're running your own central bank, that means the importance is you have to have metals, cash, crypto. So basically the ratio would be you have to have metal to cash to crypto. You have to have the proper ratio. So cash for emergency situations, and basically metals run the show, cash for emergency situations, and crypto is to be run as a casino. It's to help generate a big return, but also understand there's gigantic risk. To do it any other way, you're not playing the game properly. If all parts are in crypto and you have no cash, you're fucked. If all parts are in metals but you have no cash or crypto, you're doing it wrong. But your main part should be in metals. And then people be like, what do you mean? How is that running your own central bank? Well, let me explain something to each and every person who's listening to me right now. And we'll get to the XRP charts, but there's a lot of evils at foot right now. So the reason why you want to be your own central bank, I've got enough metals now buried in the abyss to where if I need to at any given time, I can get that metal. I don't need to ever go to a bank. I can take my metal to a pawn shop. I can sell my metals to anybody who would want to take silver or gold or platinum. Mainly silver is the easiest way to do it right now, because if I got to buy something and you got to exchange it for fair dollar value, it's easier to spend $50 in silver than $50 in gold. So you start to make your own bank. So then it's, all right, well, I need $5,000 in cash right now. Well, you know what? I got to take an ounce of gold, maybe need to take an ounce of platinum or take a bunch of silver, and you go get your $5,000. Then you've got liquid cash. Well, then you want to put it back into a savings. You buy your metals back. And then for crypto, you have so much of it. You put one part of it. So if you have 5 parts, well, to me, I would say if this is fine, 5 parts will go. If you have 5 parts, you do, to me, you would do 2.5 parts metal, 1.5 parts crypto, and 1 part in your native dollar. That's just what I would do. That's what I personally do. The least amount of my resources right now is in crypto. But as we go along and as my investments and the future investments that I'm going to make once the market does what I need it to, those future investments will multiply and will dwarf. Or, will, it'll make my US dollar or your foreign dollar look like chump change. Because that's the plan. And then the metals will be the one that is able to finance this whole thing. My metals are what finances this all. So understand silver stacking. So that's my message to everybody today. There's a lot more than meets the eye. If you're watching somebody on YouTube that is pushing the same narrative as every single station you watch, the bottom line is they're probably getting paid, and they're getting paid a lot. I've been offered the same thing. I'm not doing it. That's why it's so important for each and every one of you to join Tom's Army. Pay it forward. Pay that $9.99 a month so that I never have to consider that. I have 214 people that join Tom's Army and support me, and it means the world to me because I have a mission. My mission is to give you the truth, to give you the charts, and to give you accurate XRP information, and also the ISO coins. But with the XRP lawsuit and a lot of deception out there, there needs to be one voice of reason. And no matter what, I've always stayed the course, and I've never changed my message. So please, join Tom's Army for $9.99 a month. Make sure we never have special interests in here. There's never any paid advertisement. No paid promotions. I'm probably the only station of my size to not do one paid advertisement or take any kind of money from any platform. I refuse. When I tell you about my BitGet, my UPHOLD, or my MEXC, I'm not getting paid to tell you that. That's me telling you about those exchanges because I believe in them. That's me telling you about them because I know you can get those other two with spot free, no spot fees. And UPHOLD is where I keep my liquid cash. Besides what I trade in the futures right now. So, I mean, that's just the way it goes. So, XRP, and I'm cooking homemade chicken soup because I got a sick house. I'm okay. I've just got my head is bothering me, but a little stuffed up, a little bit of a cough, but, I'm a trooper. I'm here for each and every one of you. So, with XRP, and this is a big message in here. So, in the comments, leave 222 if you're here until the end and you understand. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We got to get this up to over 15,500, I would like to, in the short term. We're just almost at 15,200. At least let's break that threshold. And join Tom's Army if you want to help push this message. You get the Telegram for free. A lot of avenues to talk to me. And it's just a loving community. So still, we're stuck within this little area. And it's very critical. There's not much to really talk about. That's why I took this time to tell you a message. Downtrending resistance currently would be about 3889. The triple bottom support that we're looking to break is the 374. If we break 374, then we can make our way down to the 36 level, which is the bear flag. And once again, I'm going to reiterate this if you haven't been in here yet. This is where the bear flag support is. You break through here and the bear flag support's about, actually it's about 358 right now, maybe a little bit lower. Yeah, about 358. So that's what we're looking at until we break up or break down out of this formation. There's not much we can do. If we break up and held this and broke out of this area, and it's more like the 395 and then 404, but if you break out of that, then you could try to push up to the 433. Anything less than that, and the way the formation looks, and if we can't get any volume, you're likely going to push down, and you're going to have a retest here at the 358 level, assuming you break through the symmetrical triangle. So pay attention and understand what I'm saying, and watch this twice if you have to, this update. There was a lot of information dropped here, and you really need to be on the right page and the right side of history. Hashtag the FUD stops here.